Have you ever felt the ground shift beneath you, like the world you knew suddenly tilts, and nothing feels quite as certain as it did just moments before? When your plans suddenly dissolve and the future becomes uncertain, it can feel as if time itself is slipping through your fingers. One moment, you're confident in your path, moving forward with purpose and clarity. The next, a single phone call or unexpected news changes everything, leaving you reeling and unsure of what comes next. Suddenly, the map you relied on is useless, and you're left facing 1,000 unknowns, searching for direction in a landscape that feels unfamiliar. This isn't weakness, it's the human experience. We all encounter moments that shake us to our core. We live in a world of constant change, and uncertainty is part of life, woven into the fabric of our everyday existence. The knot in your stomach before test results, the anxious waiting that seems to stretch on forever, the sleepless night before a big presentation, when doubts and worries keep you awake, the quiet fear that comes with loving deeply. These are universal, shared by people everywhere, no matter their story. We try to build certainty, thinking if we plan enough, we can avoid discomfort, as if control could shield us from life's surprises. But life always has other plans, reminding us that unpredictability is inevitable. So what do we do when the fog rolls in and the way forward disappears from view? The answer isn't a better map, it's learning to navigate without one, to trust your instincts and take the next step even when you can't see the whole path. This is resilience, the ability to move through challenges, bend without breaking, and rise after falling again and again. Resilience isn't about avoiding hardship, it's about letting it shape you into someone stronger and wiser, someone who can weather the storm. It's not a promise of a pain-free life, but a promise that you can face whatever comes and keep moving forward. It's about trusting yourself to handle the hard things, finding strength that doesn't depend on circumstances, but comes from within. Over the next few scenes, we'll explore what it means to be resilient and how you can build this strength, one small step at a time, no matter where you start. This is your invitation, not just to survive uncertainty, but to thrive because of it, to grow in ways you never imagined. Let's begin this journey together, supporting one another as we learn and grow. The ground may be unsteady, but you can learn to stand strong and even flourish, no matter what lies ahead. Most of us try to control every detail of our lives, believing it will keep us safe from pain and disappointment. We make plans, schedules, and to-do lists, hoping that control equals security. But the truth is, control is an exhausting illusion. We can't control the economy, the weather, or other people's feelings. The tighter we grip, the more anxious and disappointed we become. This urge to control is rooted in fear of the unknown, of failure, of getting hurt. We build walls of perfectionism and micromanagement, but they only weigh us down. When we're obsessed with control, we miss the beauty and spontaneity of life. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means accepting what we can't change and focusing on what we can. It's about holding our plans loosely and learning to adapt. We can still set goals and make plans, but we must recognize our limits. The first step to resilience is releasing our grip on control. This frees us to experience life fully, connect deeply, and respond flexibly to whatever comes. Letting go is an act of courage and the foundation of true resilience. When we trade the armor of certainty for adaptability, we become stronger. The journey to resilience begins with surrendering the myth of control. Embrace the freedom that comes with letting go. That's where real strength is found. In the end, letting go is not about losing control, but about gaining peace and clarity. Here's the paradox. Real strength isn't about holding on tighter. It's about letting go. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means accepting reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. This kind of surrender is active and courageous. Think of a tree in a storm. It survives not by resisting, but by bending with the wind. Resilient surrender means staying rooted in your values, but flexible in your approach. Our culture teaches us to be tough and invulnerable, but true resilience is built on vulnerability. It's the courage to admit, "This is hard," or "I don't know the answer." When we stop pretending to have it all figured out, we open ourselves to new possibilities. Surrender creates space for creativity, connection, and grace. Practice begins with a conscious breath. Pause, notice your tension, and gently remind yourself, "I can let go of the outcome." Focus on what you can do right now and trust yourself to handle what comes. Surrender isn't a one-time act, it's a daily practice. Each time you choose flexibility over rigidity, you build resilience. Letting go is not weakness. It's the heart of a resilient life. Strength is found in surrender, not struggle. Embrace the paradox and discover your true power. This is how you weather life's storms. When we let go of control, we can see uncertainty differently, not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Our biggest growth often comes from times of challenge and unpredictability. The job loss that led to a better career, the heartbreak that taught self-love. Uncertainty is the soil where resilience grows. This isn't about toxic positivity. Pain and fear are real, but you can hold both truths. Feel scared and also be curious about what you might learn. Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of, why is this happening to me? This shift turns you from a victim of circumstance into an active participant in your own life. When you see uncertainty as a catalyst for growth, you stop resisting and start learning. You become more adaptable, open, and trusting in your ability to handle challenges. The struggle doesn't disappear, but it gains meaning and purpose. Growth happens in the unknown. Embrace it. Resilience isn't built in a crisis. It's built through small daily habits. Think of it like training for a marathon. You prepare with consistent practice, not just on race day. 2 foundational habits are sleep and movement. Sleep is essential for emotional and mental well-being. Without it, we're more anxious and less able to cope. Prioritizing rest is a powerful act of self-care. Movement connects body and mind, helping us process stress and boost mood. You don't need intense workouts, just a walk, some stretching, or dancing in your living room. These habits are simple, but they create a strong foundation for resilience. When you're well-rested and active, you're better equipped to handle life's challenges. Make sleep and movement non-negotiable parts of your routine. This quiet, consistent work prepares you to stand strong when storms come. Invest in these basics. They're the bedrock of inner strength. Start small and build your resilience one habit at a time. Beyond sleep and movement, resilience grows where we place our attention. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your focus to the present moment, anchoring yourself in the here and now. You don't need long meditations. Try simple grounding exercises, like noticing your breath or naming what you see and feel. Mindfulness interrupts anxiety and brings calm. Gratitude is equally powerful. It shifts your brain to notice what's good, even in hard times. Write down 3 specific things you're grateful for each day. These practices don't erase pain, but they balance it with hope and perspective. Mindfulness and gratitude are daily tools for building a resilient, optimistic mindset. Once you accept you can't control everything, focus on what you can. Picture 2 circles. The outer is your circle of concern, things you worry about but can't change. The inner is your circle of influence, what you can affect. Shift your energy to the inner circle, your actions, your choices, your responses. This moves you from helplessness to empowered action. Take small steps, tackle one task, prepare for a conversation, stick to your budget. Celebrate these small wins. They build momentum and confidence. Focusing on your circle of influence reminds you that your efforts matter, even when outcomes are uncertain. This blueprint helps you navigate challenges with purpose. Don't waste energy on what you can't change. Invest it in what you can. That's how you regain agency and build resilience. Every small action counts. Control what you can and let the rest go. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about how you rise after setbacks. Everyone fails, everyone faces disappointment. The key is giving yourself permission to pause and recover, instead of rushing to move on. Create a personal recovery routine. A walk, music, talking to a friend, whatever soothes you. After recovery, reframe your negative thoughts with compassion. Challenge the inner critic and separate facts from harsh self-judgment. Finally, focus on learning. Ask, what can I take from this? How can I grow? Every setback can become a stepping stone. Rising strong is a skill you can practice. This is the art of resilience. The story you tell yourself about a setback shapes everything: how you feel, what you do next, and whether you get back up. The way you interpret your struggles can either keep you stuck or help you move forward with new energy. Our first draft is often written by fear and shame. I failed because I'm not good enough. These thoughts can feel automatic, almost like a reflex, and they can be harsh. Reframing is the conscious act of rewriting that story. It's about pausing, reflecting, and choosing a new perspective. Start by writing down your first draft. uncensored, messy, honest. Let your thoughts spill out without judgment. Seeing your thoughts on paper helps you realize they're just stories, not facts. This simple act creates distance between you and your inner critic. Next, challenge that story. Is it 100% true? Are there other explanations? What evidence do you have for and against it? What would a kind friend say? Imagine their voice, gentle and understanding, offering you a different perspective. Separate the facts from your interpretation. This step is crucial for clarity. For example, fact, I failed the exam. Interpretation, I'm not smart enough. Notice the difference. Maybe you were stressed or the material was tough. There are always more factors at play than we first realize. Now write a second draft grounded in compassion and learning. Focus on what you can do differently, not just what went wrong. I'm disappointed I failed, but I was juggling a lot. This doesn't define me. I can learn and grow from this experience. I'll try a new strategy next time, and give myself credit for trying, even when it's hard. This new story acknowledges pain, but focuses on growth and agency. It reminds you that setbacks are not the end, but a step in your journey. Reframing is a powerful resilience skill. It helps you bounce back stronger and more self-aware. It turns stumbling blocks into stepping stones, transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth. Practice rewriting your story after every setback. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Over time, you'll build a more compassionate, empowering inner voice. You'll start to trust your ability to recover and adapt. This is how you move forward, stronger than before, ready to face new challenges with confidence. Don't let your first draft define you. You are always allowed to start again. You have the power to choose your narrative, to decide what story you want to live by. Every setback is a chance to write a new chapter, to grow and redefine yourself. That's the heart of resilience, choosing to keep writing your story no matter what. The best time to build resilience is before the crisis hits. Create a toolkit of strategies and resources you can turn to when challenges arise. Use a pre-mortem. Imagine a future setback and plan how you'd handle it. Build a support network of people you trust and nurture those relationships. Make a list of personal resources, uplifting songs, favorite quotes, reminders of past successes. When you're overwhelmed, this toolkit gives you immediate steps to support yourself. Preparation turns chaos into manageable challenges. Resilience isn't a finish line, it's a daily practice, a way of being. It's about showing up for yourself, especially when it's hard. Real transformation happens when you integrate these tools into your life. A mindful breath, a moment of gratitude, a small celebration. You'll forget, you'll slip back into old habits. That's part of the journey. The goal is to begin again each time. This brings a deep calm, not from a perfect life, but from trusting yourself to handle whatever comes. You know how to bend, how to rise, how to find meaning in struggle. This inner strength isn't dependent on circumstances. It's always with you. Be gentle with yourself. Start small, pick one practice and commit to it for a week. Notice the changes, be curious, be compassionate. Every time you reframe a thought, practice gratitude, or focus on your circle of influence, you're building resilience. You're strengthening your inner compass. You're learning to thrive because of uncertainty, not in spite of it. This is the brave work of a wholehearted life. The journey is yours to take. Embrace it and discover your unshakable strength.